Pawpaw Sammy and alley bug here. It's been raining and miserable all day today, so a couple of hours ago, it's now 6 o'clock, I decided I was going to make my hot sauce, which I usually make about once or twice a year. Now, to save time, and it's kind of hard to work and film at the same time, so I'm going to give you my recipe. I took 1/4 cup of chopped onions, 2 cayenne peppers, 3 cloves of garlic, 1 huge red bell pepper, 38 ounces of ketchup, 38 ounces of vinegar, 2/3 cup of honey. All right, I chopped all this up, put it on the stove, let it simmer 20 minutes. Just let it simmer. It's not a boil, but kind of rolling a little bit. Now, after it's been sitting here cooling, been sitting right there cooling while I'm sterilizing my bottles. Now, I'm washing my little bottles and sterilizing them and setting them out. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then I'm going to come back and set the blender up. I'm going to blend these onions, the garlic, the peppers, the bell peppers are going to be blended. And that'll thicken this up. It's a little thin. But when I grind it, run it through that grinder, it will thicken up. Now, this is going to take me a few minutes to get finished with my bottles and all. Really, I could have took the time and chopped up the onions and chopped up the bell pepper. Anybody can chop pepper and bell peppers and onions. Now the bottles, anybody can wash and sterilize the bottles. So this, I'll make a short video on how to make hot pepper. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop now, finish cleaning my bottles, get set up, get the grinder set up, and grind it, and we'll come back. Okay, I got all my bottles cleaned and ready. I got my blender set up. Now, what I'm gonna do, since I've got so much, I'm gonna have to blend it like to a couple of blends. Okay, I'll blend it from this pot to the blender into here. Then I'll take my little thing and I'll fill my bottles up. That's the battle plan. So, really nothing to it. Just get you a dipper, and I know it's going to be a mess. I know it's going to be a mess. So let me see what I got here. All right, if it drops on the rag, all I got to do is put it in the washing machine. Okay. Lumps and all, everything. The bell peppers, the garlic, the onions, all that's fixing to be one blend. Hey, I might get more in that blender than I thought. But this is going to be a hot sauce. Because I sampled it just now and she's pretty warm. It might be a little warmer than I wanted it to be, but that's no biggie. As soon as I get this blender filled up, I'm going to turn the video back off and blend. Then I'll come back. You'll be able to show you how thick it is, except and all that other stuff. I better stop right there. Now, put the lid on this thing. Fixing to turn you back off again. And I'm going to start blending. Because that blender does make a lot of noise. It's just not worth the noise trying to go back and edit it and all. Okay. We're fixing to see what we got here. Let's see. Get that out the way. Get a clean spoon. And see what I got. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Whew. Whoopee. People, that's got a bite. All right, the next step is very gently run it through the strainer Get all the seeds and anything that shouldn't be in there out. All I want to do is make sure I've got no seeds off the pepper, or bell pepper really, as far as that goes. Wow, that's hot. That's good. I'm gonna need another spoon. No, no spoon. No spoon. Oh, stand by. I just run as much as I can through the strainer. And get all that in there that I can. Tell you what, it's hot, but that's got a really good flavor. You can tell it's thick, it don't want to go through there. But it's going. Yeah. All right, just about got it. That blender did a pretty good job. That's all that's left right there. All right, anyway, let that sit there for a minute. Get all this in there. I'm gonna try something crazy here. Excuse me. Whoo, all right, now, right here, had a piece of garlic left down in here, and I definitely want that garlic in there. All right, good enough. Now we'll grind this last one, run it through the blender, the strainer, and then we'll come back and do the bottles. So you just, now I'm fixing to run off to blend the last batch. Now I forgot to mention to you, when you're straining through your strainer, okay, you strain down through here, but when you finish, you turn it over and scrape the bottom. You'll be surprised how much of the thick stuff hangs on the outside the bottom. You just scrape it off because it went through the strainer and it's good. But that's just a little tip that might help you along the way. Now, I'm fixing to shut it down, run the last one through, and then we'll do the rest, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, now the fun part, and I do mean the fun part. You need 5 hands to do all this. It's gonna go a little pretty smooth. All right. Whoa. Whoa. Don't overdo it, boy. And people, I don't know about y'all, but I got to tell you something. My old hands, I'm an ex-iron worker. Both of my hands has been crushed. And I got a bad habit of knocking things over or slipping it out of my hands. So I fill a bottle, I cap a bottle. Now if I knock it over, tough luck. It's not, I haven't lost anything. I learned the hard way. Okay, let's see what we got here. That's pretty thick. That is pretty thick. Okay, I think y'all about got the idea of what's happening now. So as soon as I get this bottle here capped off, I'm going to turn the video back off again and proceed to cap my bottles. And now, what I'm going to do later, and maybe tonight, I might do this in the morning, is take each one of these bottles, because I have bees, get my beeswax hot, dip the lid in it, and they're sealed with beeswax. It not only looks good, it keeps them sealed, and you can put that stuff in the cabinet and keep it for days, because it's got vinegar. It's not going to go anywhere. I've got stuff in vinegar in there. It's going back to 1919. Correction, 2019. I have tonic I've made that's that old. Okay, this is the final step. I have my crock pot, okay? In the crock pot is water and beeswax. That's how I melt it. I added red food dye to the wax. The reason I added food dye to that wax, my hot sauce bottles, if you see that, whenever I do my honey in these small sample bottles, I use the yellow wax. That way when I'm digging around through the cabinets, all I gotta do is look at that top. Oh yeah, it's hot sauce. Oh yeah, all that's hot sauce. Okay, all that is honey. That way I keep confusion down. And it's very easy. This crock pot, I just set it on the side, it melts the wax. I just take and move the lid. Of course, I've dipped these already, but I'll dip them again. You just dip it down in there and move it around. Let it drip a little bit. Bring it up, because the wax cools and solidifies fast. There it is. Like and subscribe. Pawpaw Sammy.